look who's here. Look who's on my lap right now. It's little Willow. Willow, do you want to say hi to everybody on the Facebook internets? You don't know what the internet is, do you? Willow is the last of the Envigo Beagles that we rescued on August 31st. The other three have all been adopted. And Willow is doing hard things. She's in the last 2.5, almost 3 weeks, she's been doing a lot of new brave things. She learned to go in and out the doggy door. She started to use her voice. She's howling and barking. She's running around in the yard and doing zoomies. She doesn't look it right now. She's shy. Willow, she'll, oh my God. Okay, we're looking for a home for Willow. Our dream home in a perfect world would be to find Willow a home with another young, playful dog, maybe even a beagle, someone who can show her to have confidence. So there's Willow. Also, Janae right here. Janae's got some big news. Janae, come here. Do you want to tell the people? Janae, oh my gosh, here with my camera. Janae is going to be meeting an adopter soon. Probably in the next couple of weeks. Let me show you Janae. We just did the interview and the home check. Janae, ma'am, excuse me, ma'am. So hopefully Janae, she's being a little bit of a lazy bum here. Anyway, I wanted to remind people we have a matching campaign. We have 2 donors. They're each matching donations for the month of October, capping out at $10,000. So, and I think when I checked last, we were at about 6,000. So we were like 60% there, and we only have 9 days to reach our matching goal. So any donations you make are going to be doubled, and hopefully we can get to our matching goal. We have so many vet bills right now. It's embarrassing how much money we've been spending. 2 knee surgeries, Hershey's ongoing bills, PT. Anyway, but so spread the word. We need donations. And also I made a video and I wanted to share this video with you. I hope you enjoy it. It's a little bit of a catching up with Camp Cocker Rescue, and then I'll come back after the video and talk to you all. Okay, I hope you enjoy. Willow's gonna watch the video with you. Right, Willow? Okay, I'm gonna show you the video. Ready, Willow? Hershey, come on. Come on, little man. Watch out. Watch out. What a good boy. Look at him kicking up those back legs. You is a big grown-up boy. Yes, what a good grown-up boy. Come on, little man. Hershey, come here. Boy. He's a big grown-up boy. Yes, he's a good boy. Good grown-up boy. Picking up those legs.
Robbie's like, what's going on over there? Yes, he is.
Do you smell them? Do you smell them? Look at him. Robbie had his left knee operated on yesterday. His knee surgery was easier.
Isn't that right,
Sweet little man.
Yes.
Little party hat. Okay, so you have meds?
Yeah.
I love you, Emily. You're gonna go home with Nami. She's a baby puppy. Look at her. Look at her. Yes. Are you a baby puppy? Come on, let's zoom around. Janae, do you want to zoom around with Willow? Good girl, Willow. Yes. 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 Yes.
Hi, baby. Ashley stayed. Hi, honey.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you. Hello, sweetheart. Hi. Can you come with me?
Everyone, meet Autumn. Autumn. She's trying to get to her space station.
Silly.
But Autumn, meet everybody on the internet. Look at her beautiful face. Look at this beautiful girl. We just got her from a shelter in Burbank, California. All that's wrong with her, she got a little cherry eye. We can get that fixed. No big deal. It's on the internet. You're pretty. Look at her pretty face. Autumn, you're beautiful. Beautiful. You got a nice, big, beautiful face. She's got a good face. Look at. She's a good spaniel. You ready? Ready, Herbie? Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Love you. Look at it. Boy.
Hi, honey. Ready to get your toothpaste brushed? You ready to get your toothpaste brushed? Girl, look at these beautiful teeth. boy. You having fun?
Okay, Willow, did you enjoy that video? I wanted to say I'm sorry. I didn't realize the text was not showing up on the live stream. It was very blurry. But in the comments, I put a link to the original video where you can see the text really clearly. And I wanted to catch you up on some other things. So I don't know if you remember, there's a little emaciated cocker that there's an emaciated cocker that we are getting from South Korea named Beth. And she's been gaining weight. She was in that video, but she was wearing a jacket, so you couldn't really see. But she's been gaining weight. She was treated for heartworm. She's going to be traveling here soon. And I can't wait to meet her and see how much weight she's gained, because from under the jacket, I couldn't really tell. But she has been gaining weight. And then also, I wanted to show you one more video. We've got... So we're working with some people in Mongolia. It's actually two Americans who, a husband and wife, and they work for the U.S. Embassy. And they're stationed in Mongolia for 2 years, and they are trying to help some local animal rescuers. And there's some Cocker Spaniels there that are going to be joining Camp Cocker Rescue. But it's a very, very complicated and lengthy process to bring the dogs in from Mongolia. Much harder than bringing them from South Korea. The dogs first have to get a rabies vaccine, then 30 days later a second rabies vaccine, then 14 days later a blood drawn, and the blood test has to be shipped to an approved CDC laboratory to do a titer test. And the titer test takes up to 8 weeks to get the results. And then with the titer test results, that has to be submitted to the CDC, and it takes them up to 6 weeks to approve if the dog is allowed to enter the U.S. And then once the CDC approves the dog, then we go to the USDA, and they have to approve the dog, and then the dog can fly here. And then the last approval process is for when the dogs land at LAX, they have to go through customs. But if everything else has been done in order, the paperwork is good, that shouldn't be a problem. So we committed to 7 dogs from Mongolia, and they're in various stages of getting, 3 of them we got the titer test results back on. 2 of them we're waiting for titer test results, and the last 2, I think we have to send out the blood work. They need their second rabies. So it's going to be a process to bring them in. But I wanted to show you a video of why we want to help these dogs in Mongolia, and it's a video about Vinny, the Cocker Spaniel. So I hope you enjoy it. This is Vinny. I know he's matted, he's dirty, he's been living outdoors with a dog house on a chain for about 1.5 years. But I'm going to tell you more about Vinny's story, because where he's been living is better than where he came from. And at least it gave him a chance to get a fresh start in life. So there he is after he got shaved down. I want you to meet a couple people as well. On the left is Rob, and on the right is Kim. So Rob and Kim are Americans. They are stationed at the embassy in Mongolia. They work for the State Department. They reached out to Camp Cocker Rescue because they on the weekends they started volunteering for a couple of different animal rescuers in Mongolia, and they really want to help. So a little bit of background about Mongolia, and I'm just learning myself. Oh look, there's Kim meeting Vinny. She's taking a look at him. Oh, interesting fact about Kim, she was a veterinarian when they lived in the US. Anyway, so as it turns out, the country of Mongolia does not have the budget to do animal control, and they also don't have the funds to do spay-neuter programs. So as harsh as this sounds, and this is common in many countries in the world who don't have an animal control system like in the US, the only way that the government can control stray dogs and the stray dog overpopulation is they have to pay the hunters to basically control the population by shooting the stray dogs. And this sounds so awful. As an American, I realize we take a lot for granted. We really do. As much as I know other rescuers and myself, we complain about, oh, animal control, they euthanize the dogs too quickly. Hey, at least we have animal control in our country. And so this learning about what goes on in other countries has been a great way for me to have some new appreciation for what we have in the United States. So Rob and Kim, and they have some other friends that work at the embassy. They've all been going out on the weekends when they're off work, and they're going to this one rescue place that is very poor. So the rescuer has a bunch of land, as you can see. Look at all this big land. But they have very little money, hardly any money. And they currently have 80 dogs that they've rescued. These are dogs they've rescued from the streets that would have otherwise been shot by the hunters. So when I say that Vinny was in a better situation living tied up to a doghouse on a chain, he was being protected from being shot by a hunter. So that's when I say let's be grateful that he got taken in by the people who run this little rescue. Now the people who run this rescue, they have no money. They have 80 dogs on the property. They own the land, but they don't have any money to build a facility or anything. And the dogs, they have 80 dogs. Most of the dogs each have their own dog house with a chain. There's a couple of little areas, like right here, this area. Vinny's being introduced to some other dogs in this little area that kind of looks like like where chickens would go, right? There's a little area here where they do have some of the dogs off leash sharing a dog house. But the problem with this is they feed the dogs in a big group and there can be fights over the food. So I'd like to figure out how to help them and help them to fundraise to get some sort of better situation for the dogs. But at the same time, I'm so grateful that they saved Vinny. Now, oh, and look at this video. There's 3 other cockers or cocker mixes that we're going to be taking. There's Vinny. Vinny was newly shaved down. There's 2 little cockers there. One is like white with some red, and the other one has more red and white. And then there's a little black spaniel mix. Those 4 dogs we'd like to take. So Kim and Rob decided they could foster Vinny to get him out of the cold because it is going to be winter soon. So they took him home, gave him a bath, and oh my gosh, look how happy Vinny is after his bath. He doesn't know what to think. Look at him. He's rubbing himself all over Rob. He's so happy. He got a bath and he's clean. Oh my God. Sweet Vinny. And then listen to him sleeping. He's sleeping so... He's snoring. I love this. I don't know why this like made me a little weepy. Anyway, so Vinny is staying indoors now. He's being fostered with Rob and Kim until he can fly to the US. Mongolia is one of the countries on the CDC list. Oh look, he's getting to play with a ball. Look, he almost looks like a normal pet dog. You would never know what he's just been through in the last year and a half. Oh my gosh, little Vinny. So anyway, Mongolia is one of the countries on a list that the CDC has that's a rabies watch list. So Vinny and the other cockers can't just fly here to the US. They first have to go through a very extensive vetting process. They need 2 sets of rabies vaccines, and then a blood test. A blood test is sent to the US. It's a very expensive blood test. It's a titer test. And the blood has to be airshipped in ice to the US to get this titer test done before the CDC will approve Vinny to enter the country. It's just to make sure that he has indeed had his rabies vaccines and that the US has personally tested his blood to check that he has been vaccinated for rabies. So once this process, I think, takes between 60 and 90 days for the CDC to approve Vinny to come into the country. And once they approve him, we want to get him here right away so that Rob and Kim can foster another cocker and get them out of the cold because winter's coming. But why would I want to bring in a dog like Vinny from Mongolia? And I want to say, why not? I mean, look at this little guy. Look at how sweet he is. Look how sweet he is with the vet. His teeth don't even look that old. Not sure how old he is, but he doesn't look like a senior. And he's so sweet, and he's so nice, and this guy deserves a break just like any other dog. Wow, his teeth look great. He has not had a dental. I wonder how old he is. What a good boy he is for the vet. Look at that. So I'm gonna be fundraising. I'm gonna be fundraising for Vinny to cover for all his expenses. I think for one dog, just to do all the rabies, the blood work, have it shipped to the United States to pay the US for the blood. There's a blood export fee, and then there's the US titer test. I think the titer test is $500, and then all this other expense. So just to get him approved to come into the US is going to cost a lot of money. Probably, gosh, I don't even know. More than $500. I'm hoping less than $1,000. Then we have to pay for his airfare from Mongolia. And then if we raise any extra money on Vinny, I would like to start putting it to the other 3 dogs that are going to be traveling here soon or shortly after him. So we have to raise the money one dog at a time. And then I do want to try and figure out how we can help Vinny's rescuer. I know they don't have much money. Rob and Kim have been doing a GoFundMe. They raised money through all their friends and family to put a well on the property. The property had no water. I can't believe Rob and Kim raised, it was like $3,500 to put a well in. So now the rescuers don't have to drive away to get water and bring it back to the dogs. They actually have access to well water on the property. But there's so much more that I want to do to help Vinny's rescuers. But first, let's try and fundraise for Vinny's expenses and get him here and get him to the US so that he can get his fresh start. Thanks for considering making a donation to Vinny today. Okay, Willow, what did you think of Vinny's video? Willow's not sure what to think. Hey, I wanted to show you what Vinny looks like now. His hair is starting to grow out. Let me show you a new picture I just got. There's Vinny. Look, his hair's growing out. Look at his little face. And then I want to show you. Okay, so where's Vinny in his processing? Vinny's blood work was sent to a lab in Kentucky, and has it been 6 weeks? We're still waiting for the lab to give back his titer test results, and then we have to put that paperwork into the CDC. I hope that Vinny can travel here before December, because apparently in Mongolia, the country is located at such a high elevation that it's freezing, and animals can't fly from like December until March again. There's like 3 months where it's too cold, and they won't even fly the animals. It's kind of, so we're hoping Vinny's titer test results come back any day now, and that if we submit it to the CDC, that they can approve him to travel by like November, the last week in November maybe. Let me see, we've got 3 others. Their titer test came back already, and oh, there's Vinny. He's so cute. There's 3 others where the titer test came back, and we're waiting for the CDC. One of them is Paco. He's the little dog standing in front of Vinny. Paco, he's like 30 pounds. He looks maybe like a mix, like a little spaniel mix. Really cute. And then the other one, I think that the titer test came back, is Pepper. Pepper is the little black spaniel mix that's standing next to Vinny. He's cute. And then who else? There's somebody else that we got the titer test results back. Anyway, so 3 of the dogs, we got the titer test back, and the CDC now has the titer test and is considering our application. Vinny and one of the other dogs, we're waiting for the titer test to come back. I hope that at least those 5 dogs can travel here before it gets too cold in December. But I wanted to show you also, so Rob and Kim, the Americans, they have a GoFundMe. They've been trying to raise money to help get new dog houses. And I want to show you these dog houses that they had built. They had some nicer dog houses built. They raised the money. Let me see. Oh, look, here's the most of the dogs are big breed, and we can't take big breeds just because there's just too many big breeds in our shelters here. Dogs checking out that dog house. Here they are unloading the dog houses off of a truck. Let's see here. Oh, wait, here. Here's a video of them unloading one of the dog houses. Look at that. They raised the money for these nice dog houses, and they're insulated. Oh, look at that. Rob and Kim did that. They raised all that money. And they're trying to figure out how to raise money for an actual building, which, it's hard to fundraise. Oh, here's another picture of them carrying that dog house. So the design of the dog house was really nice. I think Rob might have designed the design. Let me see if I can find pictures of it. So there's like a little, like the dogs go in, but then there's a little wall that they can go and lay down behind, so that the wind, because it gets so cold, there's a little, I'm going to show it. Let me find the design. Willow, do you want to help me find the design of those dog houses? Let's see here. It's so that the dogs can get through winter. Most of the other dogs are big breed dogs, and Vinny, believe it or not, lived there last winter. I can't believe he survived. I can't believe he survived last winter living in the freezing cold like that. And they think it was because he had all that fur and he was so matted. So anyway, so Rob and Kim have been trying to fundraise to get those nice dog houses made, and then they had another dog that they had rescued off the streets that was a stray, a big breed, and they were able to find him a home in Canada, believe it or not. Okay, so yeah, wait, I just wanted to show the design of these houses. Oh, did I miss it? Okay, oh, here we go. So here, I don't know if you can see, that's what the inside of those dog houses are. Look at, it's thick and there's insulation, and then so the dogs can go inside and get out from the wind. It's a nice design considering they don't have a building. At least the dogs can get out of the cold. That was before the roof was put on. So anyway, I wish if we could get caught up, if I could get us caught up on the Camp Cocker bills, I would like to figure out some way to fundraise for the dogs in Mongolia, but we just have so many vet bills. I mean, it's just, hi Willow. Hi beautiful girl. Also, okay, Rob and Kim asked me if I can help them find a home for this puppy. But if by the time 5 months passes and he goes through all his titer testing, he's going to be a 1-year-old. He's about 6 right now. I don't know if I can find anyone to adopt this dog because, it's a German Shepherd mix, and there's so many German Shepherds in our shelters here. I mean, I told them I don't think I can find him a home. I think it's a girl. A female. There's Rob holding her. She's only 6 months old right now. So I guess, here, oh wait, is this a girl or a boy? Oh, I think it's a girl. So Rob and Kim are fostering her, but she's gonna be big. She's gonna be a big breed because she's already 6 months old. Here she is at their house. And I guess, somebody dumped off a box of puppies at the rescue group, and the other puppies are doing okay, but she was getting bullied. Let me see. Yeah, oh, she's a female. Here's what they said. She was getting bullied by her siblings. She's incredibly submissive and timid. One of the adult dogs tried to attack her. That happens sometimes with submissive dogs. They get bullied. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to be able to... I mean, if she goes through the rabies and the titer test process, it's going to be 5 months from now, and she'll be an adult dog. I just don't know who can adopt a big breed like that. But, so there she is. She's about 6 months old right now. If anyone, even if you know of a good rescue group, gosh, I mean, there's not going to be a rescue group that's going to take a Shepherd or a Shepherd mix because our shelters are full of German Shepherds. But if anyone's interested in adopting her, I don't know what they've named her, just send me an email. You can email me at campcockerkathy@gmail.com. I imagine she wouldn't be able to travel here till next spring because it's at least a 5-month process, and she's going to be an adult by then and probably a big dog. So if anyone is interested in adopting her, just send me an email because we'll have you do an application and everything, just like you would be adopting any dog from us. So anyway, all right, or go to campcocker.com and read about the adoption process because we're in Los Angeles, so all adopters have to complete the adoption process and then travel here to Los Angeles, and that's true for any of our dogs, including Willow. All right, well, that's all. That was a very long live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're having a nice day, everybody. And spread the word for our matching donations campaign. Every dollar counts. Thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend.